Hey guys, it's me, your pal Gabriella, and I'm standing in the Jacksonville library that a lot of people bitched about being full of homeless people and stinky, but it's actually pretty nice in my opinion. Today I'm going to just go around to a bunch of abandoned Jacksonville places. I may or may not break it up into multiple videos, but the first one is going to be, I'm going to walk over and show you the Laura Street Trio. It's a series of 3 abandoned buildings that have sat abandoned since I think like the late 90s. And I think they're supposed to redevelop and repurpose them, but that has yet to come to pass. One's supposed to be residential stuff, another one's supposed to be a restaurant, and another one's supposed to be a Marriott. So we'll go see how that's going. Dude, the downtown here is like, I honestly would say, what do you think, Brianna? Do you think it's, I would say the downtown here is worse than New Orleans.
Abandoned-wise, yeah.
Yeah. Well, they don't have an excuse.
Why am I here? Get out of here.
But they don't have an excuse like a hurricane. I mean, hurricanes have hit this general area, but at least in New Orleans, they have the excuse of there's endless hurricanes. Here, I don't know about that. It's just a shitty infrastructure. But anyways, I'll show you those in a minute. So this is the Laura Street Trio. Like I said, it's supposed to be being redeveloped, but I mean, it doesn't look like they're doing a whole lot. There is what appears to be a construction fence up in the front, but again, it just looks like the same rotting shit-ass buildings. If we look up at them. But these are right downtown, and we're like 5 feet from about 10 of the other places I want to go, which is also crazy. That looks fucking abandoned. Yeah, it is. We're fucking standing next to another building. This is fucking, I don't know if it's fully abandoned, but it's definitely abandoned. There's nothing in it. We can go, we got 5 seconds. This is as this person tries to ram me. That's the Moncrief, or the Laura Street Trio. It's this building. That they want to turn that into residential shit. It's this bank over here. And then there's another building on the other side of it, which I'll show you in a sec. So here's a side view of it. If you look up, they have these decorative corner pieces that used to be on the edges, all 4 edges of the taller one of the buildings. I forget the name of it off the top of my head. But they did structural damage when they pulled out of the building. The bank, for whatever reason, pulled them off. I don't know if they thought they were gonna fall or what, but they did terrible structural damage to it. Come on, cameraman. I got all day. So this was a bank. They redid this a bunch of times. It's got a pretty interesting history. And then the same designer did the bank and the building in the back, and then there's this building, which I'll have to go across the street to really show you. But you know, this was supposed to be, they were supposed to be doing shit with this like 4 years ago. Yeah, the vines on the side of the building growing out of it. But it looks like they're not doing a goddamn thing with this.
It's gutted.
Is it gutted?
Yeah.
Well, I think it's been gutted though. I mean, there's definitely no fucking way into this, not any way that I'm going into it. But if you look, here's the 3rd building. It's pretty busted up. Where?
Right there.
Oh my god.
On the windowsill.
Yeah, I see it. My lens is fogging up from. There's that kitty. He's gonna be a suicide committing kitty if he's not careful. But, and here's the front of the building. I want to show you the side over here again, because the cameraman pointed something neat out. If you look up in this window here, there's the kitty that is also abandoned.
It's gotta be good.
So here's another, God, this fucking phone. Here's another abandoned area. It's the Annie Lytle Public School number 4. It's been abandoned for 1 billion years. It was one of the oldest freestanding public school, or the oldest in-service public schools when it was closed. There's a group of old people who are really, really into getting people arrested who go into it. It's got a bunch of old rumors that supposedly a boiler blew up and a janitor murdered children in the basement, and they call it the devil school. It's like the stupidest shit ever, and the old people are just as stupid as the people who made up the stories, because it's a bunch of old people with no better hobby. I guess they went in and fucking restored it a while back, but I don't think they did a fucking thing. And I read a whole article about how basically there was a small window where this place could have been restored, and it's just too fucked. There's no restoring this. It would be better bulldozed. It would cost such an unbelievable amount of money to restore this. It's incredible. You could definitely walk right in if you came at night, though. I mean, I'm not into it. I'm not into getting arrested to see these places. It's not that important to me. But I mean, it's a neat building. It's real pretty. The overpass right next to it, I can see why it was rendered obsolete even beyond any structural issues, because yeah, I don't think you could think very well in a classroom with an overpass almost touching the building. But I know a guy who's been in it. It's a pretty neat building. Like I said, we're gonna go on to public school number 8. Almost every building we've stopped at has been secured to the point where, like, there just wouldn't be much of a point, in my opinion. But I'll show you right here on the back. If you really, really wanted to get in here, like I said, I'm not gonna do it myself. You definitely could. Oh look, a kitty. That's the theme today, cats. They're at every one of these buildings, peeing and pooping. Kitty. But if you wanted to, you come at night right over to here, get over this barbed wire, and go right in that back door right there. If you look at it, it's peeled back. You could definitely go in right there. Anyways, on to the next place. So here's the back side of the building. The roof has got really bad structural damage. I don't think that's good. And if you come along this way, good, how are you? Alright. I just didn't want to get that guy in the video. But if you come over here, you can probably come in right in here too. Oh yeah, look. Gee, how do you get in? You just come in this, right here, and go up like right there. No one would even know you had been in there. Yeah, you could literally walk along the edge of it and go right in. I mean, so this is the public school number 8. I'll do a walk around to this. They must have recently sealed the shit out of most of these. There's absolutely, I found a skateboard. Look, a little light up paint penny board sitting on the side of the school. Hell yeah, free skateboard. I'll give this to an underprivileged child in my area after I replace the hardware. But we're in a wonderful neighborhood. Although it looks like all these neighborhoods are gentrifying really hard. There's a little dumpster out behind this. They've clearly been doing some shit to it, but there's like a bird scooter. Do you see that? Yeah. Over there against the wall. It's too bad. I'd really like to see this one and the other one, but I can't go in places that aren't open. Plus, with all the fucking signs, if you did get caught in these, you're going to jail. And again, I'm not really into going to jail over this. It's a fun hobby, but this is not my main hobby. Like, if fist banging elephants, if that was illegal, I'd be going to jail all the time. But this isn't my main hobby. That is. You know, like, goddamn lens keeps fogging. This part's neat. And there's a little side part that's kind of cool to look at. And if you look, it looks like they had separated the boys area from the girls area, which is kind of neat. This school, I believe, is older than the other one. I'll jump forward to a little more of the school. So here's a little more of it from the sideway. There's a little alley spot over here that's real pretty. Security cameras in use. But yeah, along with gentrification comes the death of urban exploring places like this, which sucks, but what can you do? Good they got that shade held up there. Just throw it out the broken window. That's how it'll hold. This is kind of neat to look at. It looks like a while back, before they sealed all this, you could go Hang on, let me get this ghost off the screen. You could go right over this fence and go in right here, but they boarded that from the inside. That's about it though. There's really not much else to look at here. And they really do not want you in this because they sealed the fucking shit out of it. It's become a new thing with urban exploring. Most of the places we go are kind of like this now. I think it's becoming a dead art form, which is too bad because it's a fun thing. All right, that's pretty much it.